I am Red Cyclone! Yeah!
Let me see. Shake it, mama. Shake it for me. Get me busy with that ass. Work it good. Work it the best. Ooh. Let me know what ass. I can make you shake if you want the beat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Ice Cream Podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Scott Steiner. No. Perfect Mike.
Right, Scott Steiner just invading everything. He was a lot on the Wrestling Babble. Now he's invading this cast as well. But yep, we're back, and we got a lot of stuff. So
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know you have the end of Starfield.
yes,
We're not going to spoil it, but you have beaten it.
yes, I have.
And because of things like the state of play that happened last week, we got more information on Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2, that's what you call it. And Final Fantasy, was it Rebirth? Because the first one was remake. Yeah, so Rebirth. Question about the Nintendo stuff, because there was a Direct. Did anything from the Nintendo Direct catch your eye?
not really.
You didn't like WarioWare?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sad.
The Donkey Kong Mario thing, I didn't care for that either. I didn't like those games.
You didn't like that? Really?
I didn't care for them. They remind me of Worms.
All right, I can see that. Oh, but then again, I like Worms. Worms has a specific sense of humor, though.
Yeah. Then the same thing with Mario, Donkey Kong. It has the humor. It's just that it's not a game that I was like, oh, I'm excited for. It's a game that, if it's free, I'll play it.
Oh, well, speaking of free games that came out, did you get your hands on F-Zero 99?
No, I have not. I'm about to plug my shit in because I just remembered that it came out yesterday. This week.
That's definitely something.
That's a shit show.
In a good way.
Yeah,
It
like
looks fun.
I'm like,
It
yo,
looks
that's
fun.
gonna be chaotic as shit.
But people were talking about speculation for that for a while, which is weird. Because there was no like real leaks. It was more or less people talking about how do we bring back F-Zero, and that was one that people thought about like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When the first few, what was the first 99? Mario 99?
Yeah. No,
So when
Tetris
that
99.
Tetris 99 was the first one. So when that happened, people were already speculating about a way to bring back F-Zero.
Yeah.
And somebody had like a tweet from around that time, and they were like, "Damn, I was just joking." And it was like F-Zero 99, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's pretty cool because they've done those right."
Yeah.
So I ask you because I wasn't messing with Nintendo's online service at the time. I only got it when Monster Hunter came out, and that's basically all I used it for. So I ask you, Mark, did you try all of the 99s, one of the 99s, or
I tried. I did Tetris and Mario.
Okay, so how was your experience?
They
with
were okay. They're fun for the start of it, and then it kind of gets this. It becomes the same or chaotic. If you're good with Tetris, you have to be good with Tetris, or you're not gonna make it to the final 100. But Mario was an interesting one because it depends on how good you are in catching the jumps and how fast you could go.
Got you.
And then it will keep going until you eliminate it. So, and then you replay this levels and stuff like that, but just more shit comes at you.
Was it your thing? Like, did you get into it?
It was
Or did you,
okay.
like,
It was
try
just
to,
something like to jump on and play real fast and then turn off. It's not something that I'm gonna play for hours or kind of thing.
Okay. Got you.
It's like waiting online and I'll play a round or some shit.
Yeah. No, it is what it is.
Something with the Nintendo Direct. I will say if you're a Japanese RPG person, there was a lot of stuff for you.
Okay.
Other than that, like I don't play Splatoon. I don't care about Luigi's Mansion 2. I don't care about Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3.
Is that exclusive?
No.
So if it's not exclusive, then I can get on PC at some point. I like Tomb Raider 1 and 2 a lot.
Okay.
So
The Princess Peach one looked interesting.
Okay.
Mario RPG, I'll definitely probably get because I used to love that game.
Mm-mm.
But again,
Understand.
if you're a Japanese RPG person, like this is your time. Because there was
Yeah,
quite a
there
few.
was there was one that caught my eye. I think it was called, and it has a very weird name. Eiyuden Chronicle. Eiyuden. It's EIYUDEN.
Yeah.
Like Eiyuden Chronicle.
Yeah, that
And
one
it's
was
100
interesting.
Heroes.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm interested in that one is because it is made by one of the people who was involved with the original the game for PlayStation. It's called
Okay.
Suikoden.
Okay.
If you remember back,
Yeah, I know what you're talking
they
about.
had about 6 games. It was like Suikoden 1 through 5 that went to PS2,
Okay.
and then there was like an extra one called Tactics.
Okay.
So it was kind of a long-lasting series, but it fell off after PS2. I don't
Yeah.
think there's a PS3 version of any Suikoden series. So I think it's pretty cool to see it come back in a different form. I see like you can recruit a shark man, which that had me dying.
Nice.
Like, cause he just has his head is just a shark.
Yeah.
Just a giant buff dude, and it is just a shark. But if you see like the main character designs and you see the clothes they're wearing and the color codes that they have, it's like, oh yeah, I know what this is. And
Yeah.
then there's the entire thing, 100 Heroes, where in Suikoden you would get like hundreds of, I think it was 108 stars was the thing, and that translates to 108 unique characters that you would get
Yeah.
and recruit for your team, because you were basically building an army.
Yeah.
And this one seems to be taking that formula, and it's gonna be on the Switch.
Yeah.
Is it exclusive? I don't know. I hope not. But I have a Switch,
Yeah. Like,
so if it is, that might be the one thing I'm keeping an eye out for, rather. The other thing that I saw that caught my interest, and I don't think this is exclusive, but it was announced here,
Yeah.
was the new Contra game.
That one actually looked like the action figures. I actually thought it looked cool.
Yeah, the art style is different. It's 2D, 3D. But they needed this because the last Contra game was ass. There was a game for, I think it was a PS4, and all I remember was it had a playable panda.
So that game is not exclusive.
Okay,
It's coming,
it's called
Windows PC.
Contra Operation Galuga.
Yeah.
That sounds very Japanese, because I think it might be Operation Go. You know how they do that
Yeah.
on the R. But I think it's okay. So the thing is, it has somebody that had me on board from the jump. I think it was Way Forward.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Way Forward. And Way Forward made one of my favorite games, Double Dragon Neon.
Okay, cool.
Like, they were involved with that game.
Sweet.
So I trust them in developing like older properties.
Yeah.
Because they actually give a damn. I hope the soundtrack is good, because that's another thing. You know, Neon. Shout outs to
Yeah.
Austin Creed. That's one of his favorite soundtracks, gaming soundtracks. Like, yeah,
That was-
Neon is dope. So,
Yeah.
I do hope they go all in for the music on this one. Also, it is interesting, right? Because it's a Konami property,
Yeah.
and they don't really be making games. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So,
It's good for them.
but obviously they're not making this one either. They're like licensing it out to Way Forward. So,
Good. That also
We
not
will
exclusive.
see.
It would be on the other systems as well.
yeah. So since it's not exclusive, I don't have to worry too much. But it was announced here on this direct, so I at least give them a little. This is where I saw it first. You know
Nice.
what I mean? And like you said, it does have like an action figure look. That's said a 2D, 3D, but it looks like it's sticking to the OG Contra formula of run and shoot.
Yep.
Right. Which is what you want. It invented the Did it invent that? I think it kind of did invent that genre back in the day. Although you get one hit, you're dead. Run and shoot, different weapons, power ups to beat the levels and stuff. Obviously, you fight aliens, so. And it's been a long time. And like I said, the last one was very bad.
Yep.
It was very bad. I think I see a Detective Pikachu game in here as well.
Yeah, so Detective Pikachu. I never played them. I don't care.
I would say you might want to check them out. It's an interesting little twist of a genre, because it is like a little RPG, but it has like, I think it was like they took things from like the Professor Layton series, and then they even had that crossover.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a little mystery thing. It's kind of cool. Did you mess with Mario Kart 8?
Yeah, I saw the added characters they're adding to it. It's like the last couple characters they're adding.
Would you mess with it since it's the last one?
Yeah, because I have the DLC for it already. Like they just download on my system. I just gotta play it.
All right.
I want a new Mario Kart. I've been playing 8.
Are you ready for the next one? I got you.
Like,
I got you.
How long I've been playing 8? I think I've been playing 8 as long as GTA been out. That's how long we've been playing 8. Because 8 was on fucking Wii U as well.
You're right. No, you're right.
So
I think it is time, but that is a thing they didn't talk about, but the rumors are starting now that it's seriously time that they're going to start up on the next whatever there's going to be.
Hope so.
So that would be a good showpiece to say Mario Kart 9 on the next Nintendo.
I will say this, and in general, like, and this would probably be the smartest like strategy they could have for releasing a new system. Bundle it with Mario Kart 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Mario Kart right now, it's Nintendo's highest grossing game, period.
Is it? I didn't
Yes,
know that.
it's still
Okay.
that game is between that and GTA 5 have always been consistent within the top 10 games of selling games of just in general. They're always the top.
Okay.
They're always in the top 10. They
Gotcha.
still sell like crazy.
Okay.
So Mario Kart 9 with the new system, that will sell your system like that because everyone loves Mario Kart.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if you do that, I will like 10%.
I believe.
Yeah.
The other thing I saw that had, like you said about the RPG stuff, is because I didn't really look too much into it, but I like the art style that they're using for it. Is a game called Saga Emerald Beyond, and Saga is like an old school Square Enix property, well, Square property.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Square Enix, but it's an old Square property, and so I think this is one of the first ones of that in a long time also. So I might check that out because it's one of the, because Saga has different play styles. Like there's the one that's like an overhead, your little guy, a little chibi character on the map, and then it changes, and you have the really detailed enemies when you fight them. And then this one, it seems to be there's another style that has like a super specific battle system with like this bar that you see on the screen, and I think you have like 5 characters in a fight.
Yeah.
So like that seems to be that second style seems like that's what this one is. But there's something about the art style. It just looks a little JoJo-ish.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like. So
cool.
So I'll be keeping an eye on that. The other RPG stuff, it didn't really grab me. Just those 2 I mentioned. They did show off some more Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Yeah.
Which I'll wait.
It's another game that I'm like, if it's free or discounted very good, I'll probably try it.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait because I like Prince of Persia, but like this one hasn't like beat me over the head and made me go, wow, I gotta get that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. That's how I'm feeling with a lot of games lately. Like even the Assassin's Creed, I'm just like, it's another Assassin's Creed.
It's just, I say they haven't changed enough.
Yeah, I agree.
They're due for a dramatic like systems change, not
Yeah.
just the setting. The systems of the game need to change in Assassin's Creed. How you play Assassin's Creed kind of needs to change because it's a formula.
Yeah, I say Valhalla was a little different than others just because you're not stealth.
Yeah. It was
He's
more of
a big moving. Like,
action game. Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's not a stealth dude. So that I will say that was like the biggest change of it because Valhalla, he's not stealth.
Gotcha.
He yells everything. PlayStation also had the state of play. Did you see the Baby Steps game?
Oh, that had me dying. At first I was like, what the hell is this? What is this? What is this? And then once they started walking, and I was like, oh no. Then I started asking, what is this in a different tone? I was like, what is this? Oh no, what is
It looks silly.
like,
I'm definitely
yeah, it looks
try.
it looks real dumb in a good way.
Yeah, it looks really silly.
So like, if that's something they have for like plus members and stuff, like down the line, that might definitely be worth it.
Yeah,
Like that looks like fun.
we got some VR stuff.
VR stuff, but they also announced. But then again, you gotta call out the stuff that's not exclusive.
Yeah,
State of Play was where they announced the Resident Evil DLC.
yeah,
That is not exclusive, but that's where it was announced. I'm definitely picking that up. It is literally this week now. This is Sunday. Thursday is when it comes out.
nice.
September 21st. That is the Separate Ways DLC. That is Ada,
Yeah,
character from Resident Evil 4. And then they are putting her and Wesker in the Mercenaries mode.
yeah,
Which Mercenaries mode, a ton of fun. Resident Evil 4, also a ton of fun. Kind of hard to keep it at the top of your mind because obviously that was early this year.
yeah.
It is September now, and there's been a bunch of stuff that has come out. So
Too much stuff.
But I would say, and people were saying this about this year in particular, that this year might go down as a lot of people's 1998, where there was just a ton, not a ton, but a solid grip of not just AAA, but 8, 9s, and 10s ratings wise for the players.
Yeah,
Where like you remember like that was when Metal Gear and all those games came out, and people still rate them highly. Like this year is gonna be a year where people, maybe their favorite games of the generation had come out.
yeah.
I know a lot of people love Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
They were waiting a long time for it. Mortal Kombat 1, it's up there. Street Fighter 6 is up there. What else was there? There's a few smaller indie games that came out. There's a game called Sea of Stars, which I don't know. You might not be into it.
I downloaded it because it was free. I haven't played it.
But there's a lot of people that are saying that is one of their favorite games, period.
It looks pretty. Like I was looking at it. It's from the people that did Messenger.
And it's a throwback to like a bunch of old school like action RPGs from back in the day, like SNES era. And a lot of people who play games are saying, dude, this is my favorite game.
Yeah, I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. I do have it downloaded because it was free on the PSN.
So I might check that out. Obviously the Bethesda game, right?
Starfield, yes.
Starfield, you know it. A lot of people like that game.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of good games.
It's a lot of like, not just AAA, but like solid, and this is gonna be people's favorite game.
Yeah,
that came out this year.
Like that Life of P is getting a lot of good reviews so far.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Final Fantasy 16 was really good.
Armored Core is up there too. A
Yeah,
lot
Armored
of
Core is
people
up
who
there.
never play Armored Core are saying, "Dude, I'm addicted to Armored Core."
Yeah, Armored
So,
Core
like,
is up there. And then a lot of the heavy hitters that still hasn't come out yet either. You got Spider-Man 2 still in this year. It's a lot of crazy shit. Like this year is a lot. It's a
This
lot
is-
of games. But this,
don't forget,
yeah,
November.
yeah,
Your boy,
yes.
our boy, Kiryu, he's coming.
Oh yeah, there's a dragon a state of dragon, I guess it's
Yeah,
called.
the State of Dragon, basically. Yes.
That's
Is it
this
tomorrow?
Wednesday. I think.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Same.
Maybe we're gonna get like, cause I will say this, yeah, they got made 3 games within 2 years.
That's true.
They got
That's
Ishin, which was a
Ishin.
remaster, but it was a good game. You
Mhm.
got Like a Dragon Gaiden, which looks kind of like more of a completely new game. And then you have Like a Dragon Infinity Money early next year.
And not for nothing, this is the first Like a Dragon game in the, because you can I guess you can say it's not the same as the 6 engine, even though it's still, I think it is still the Dragon engine, right? But this is the first Like a Dragon game in the post Judgment engine.
Yes, it's
Like,
more
all the work
Judgment
they've done.
style.
Yeah, all the work they've done since Judgment and Lost Judgment to that engine. This is the first one of the Kiryu games in that engine.
And I'm reading
so,
they might Lost Judgment might actually get a part 3.
Good.
Because they handled that situation that the main actor was dealing with.
Okay.
So there's a chance that we still might get Judgment 3, which I'm excited for. I like the Judgment games.
So because I haven't played them, are they in the same universe as Kiryu and
Technically,
friends?
yeah, because you still see some of the side you still see some of the side characters.
So, do you think if they go for 3, that Kiryu will make an official appearance in that game?
I wouldn't pass it.
Or what's his
Ichiban.
name?
I can see Ichiban more
yeah.
than him.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind at all. It would be so dope, and this is how you could introduce Judgment 3 if he has a small cameo in Infinity Money.
And Infinite Money, yeah.
And,
That's what I'm thinking.
or he's one of your special, like the pound mates. They're big, the big characters that you buy and then it fucks people up. If he's one of them, if it's not him, his buddy should be one of them.
Oh, the guy that looks kind of like a younger Kiryu.
Yes,
You talking about that guy with
the orange shirt.
the orange shirt?
Yeah. If it's not Yagami, it should be him.
Yeah.
Because his DLC was pretty dope.
Oh, he had a standalone DLC?
And he has ties into the Yakuza, so it actually makes sense.
See, I didn't know that. Okay.
You should play Judgment, man. I think you.
I
Actually
mean, I will.
Yeah.
It's just, man,
Life.
it's too much
Time.
Stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like I said, too much stuff, man. Too much stuff.
Um.
Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. Dude, I double feature
Movies.
shit. Yeah, I double feature shit. Like if I'm playing a game, I always have something on the side, like watching. So wrestling will be on the side, or whatever I have to watch for Turtles or Power Rangers, shit like that. Like I always have something on the side because I can't. It's a lot.
Yeah, and Merc. See, this wasn't a part of any big state of play thing.
Yeah.
But is it rumored or is it confirmed that they're making a Turtles game for the new movie? Like
So
in that
yes,
style.
so it was news about 2 weeks ago they announced it. I don't know what kind of game. I don't know who's doing it, but it's supposed to be an action game based off the Mutant Mayhem.
You man, okay. Yeah.
It has a cool style, so I wouldn't pass it using that style.
Yeah, but again, you guys gotta wonder who's the one making it because it could be hit or miss.
Yeah, 100%. And then that one could also be aimed made for kids and things like that. So
Yeah,
you're gonna
true,
have like whoever does Nickelodeon games doing it, and it's not gonna be like Shredder Revenge, but it's gonna be more like for kids and stuff like that.
Yeah. Also, yeah, that's another thing to remember as well. Like, even though it wasn't a full purchase, like there's gonna be stuff that people are gonna remember because it was DLC this year, and Shredder's Revenge, that DLC.
It's dope.
That's what I'm saying.
Hard, but dope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it. I unlocked all of Raphael's extra
his
stuff.
colors and stuff?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right now I'm working on Usagi's.
Okay. I still have to pick it up again.
It's
Too much
fun.
stuff. No, not enough time to focus on it because I don't want to get it and then not play it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I understand that too. I got lucky because I got birthday money and shit like that. I got birthday PSN cards, so I put them all in my system. So for how I bought Mortal Kombat, I had $80 left, and I used this app called Fetch, which is like you just take pictures of your receipts, and like depending on what you buy, they have like bonus points for certain things you buy and shit. So like if you buy like cereal, like if you buy like Lucky Charms or Lucky Charms one, Good Mills or whatever it's fucking called.
Oh, General Mills. Yeah,
General Mills, yeah. If you buy a certain amount, they'll give you like 22,000 points for that and shit like that. So I use that. So I've been actually getting PlayStation cards off of it. It's like $25 cards.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Why not?
So I got another 25 and I bought Mortal Kombat 1. And now I have almost enough points to get another card from the PSN, the Superstar or whatever the fuck it's called.
What's that?
It's
Is this the new thing they have on PSN?
PlayStation, yeah. If you have the app on your phone or on the
Oh, okay.
it has like a little point system that it shows you. It's called PlayStation Stars, and then you get points every purchase you make. It gives you like coins, and you could buy gift cards and shit like that. If you get 5,000 points, you get a $20 gift card. So I was like, all right, I'll just build that up. Right now I'm at 4,000, so I'm almost at that gift card.
Gotcha. yeah, makes sense. Do it.
But yeah. So
I forget. You know what I forgot on the list of stuff? It's mostly because I didn't play it. I don't have it yet. Again, too much stuff. But Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, I have it. I loved it.
That's like a huge deal. So, but again, going back to what was announced as State of Play, we got you're definitely locked in on the Spider-Man 2.
It's already purchased.
A lot of it's just sitting.
It's
waiting
in my that and Like a Dragon man who erases his name. They both in my system.
Just waiting to unlock. But also a huge news dump and new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which I can't wait for that. I told you that's gonna be the tipping point for me to buy a PS5.
I gotta get back into it. I gotta replace the first one. I've been meaning to. I got the DLC.
Did you finish
and all
the
that
DLC?
Stuff. I didn't get played the DLC, but I really enjoyed the first game. I just never got back to it.
So having said that, what you just said, you would definitely like the DLC because it had tweaks to the combat and stuff. Because obviously they had the benefit of coming out after the main game, and Yuffie and her companion, like, they are super dope.
Okay.
The way that game is made around them, they are really, really cool.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the basis of what they built the combat for this one, because this one is gonna have the team-based combat. Because I don't know if you remember, in regular remake, it was more centered around you switching.
Yeah.
And not the team like working together. It was more about, okay, let me make Cloud do this. Let me switch to Aerith and make Aerith do this. Let me switch to Barrett and make Barrett do it. And then you cycle.
Yeah.
Where you need each character. And in Rebirth, and like I said, from that Integrate DLC, it was more of these two characters are gonna work in tandem and they're gonna rock everybody's shit. Like, so what you see in the trailers for Rebirth a lot on the gameplay side is, so you see like Cloud and Tifa teaming up. You see Yuffie and what's the name of the cat? Red 13 teaming up a lot. You see Aerith and Barrett. You see the new characters. Well, they're not new, but they're introducing them in the story finally. Kate Sith, which is the little cat on top of the fat Moogle thing. So you see him, you see them in combat. So we know, confirmed, they are playable. And like they have their whole thing going on. You see, who else was it? You see Vincent. So he's in the game.
Yeah, I saw him.
That was the moment that made me say, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I remember his. He had a single player game, right? He had his own game.
Yeah,
at
it
one
was
point.
kind of buns. It was
Yeah.
it was the gameplay. It wasn't good. It was very stiff, very stiff. Like trying to go back to it is hard, dude. It's real, and not for nothing. It is PS2 era, so it's like the only way to play it is either you got a PS2
Yeah.
or you gonna play it on the emulator. You know what I mean? So, and it's rough. It looks pretty. That's probably one of the best looking PS2 games because you know Square was spending that money, but like it's rough. But he was like my favorite character in the game in 7. He was a secret character, and you didn't have to get him.
Yeah.
So when I saw that they showed him like just full on flying out of the coffin, I'm like, yo, all right, we in there. They did not show Sid, who is a central character. He's the airship guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a loudmouth, always cursing in the original game. So we'll see if they show him. They're probably gonna wait to show that character because he is also a fan favorite.
They have so they have a deal right now. If you buy the digital deluxe twin package, you get the first game and the DLC with the current game for $89.99, which is the same price of the regular digital deluxe.
Why they giving us? It's like Google trying to say we got a reference. What's going on, Google? Don't you do this to me? How dare you? I think that was because when I reconnected, it was 2 of me and 1 of you in the chat,
Okay.
and that put it into the the
All
not free
3?
mode.
Yeah. Well,
My bad.
so good.
If we got to do part 2, we'll do it.
Well, we still have 15 minutes.
Yeah. So,
So
we
we
got
keep going.
we could just not dwell too much and just say if you're interested, please look up the state of play that happened last week, and
Yeah.
please look up the Nintendo Direct that happened.
And
And
Spider-Man
then
looked
we can
fantastic.
get into yes, definitely. So we can go into the movie we have for this week, and it ties in nicely.
Yes.
Oh, they don't like that. Ties in nicely because now what is this one? This one is Amazing.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
All right. This one is Amazing Spider-Man, and that was 2012. Got this one right here. PG-13. 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Yes.
So this is a tall boy. Let's get the release date. Did you see this one in the theaters?
I did see this in theaters.
I did not. I didn't see it until way later. I
Me-
think I saw it on Blu-ray.
I think me and Josh went
The first
like,
time I saw
mad
it was on
late.
Blu-ray. Oh, okay. Oh, so you're saying you didn't see it like when it first came out in the theaters, but you did see it in the theaters.
They did see it in theaters. We saw it like during the first 2 weeks they came out,
Okay.
but it was like mad late. We went like fucking like 1 in the morning or something. Like
Oh, I got you. That's what you mean. This one, it released July 3rd.
Yeah.
It says 20. So it was a holiday movie.
that. Yep.
July 3rd, 2012. Directed by Mark Webb,
Yeah.
with 2 B's, which I think is kind of funny because it's a Spider-Man movie.
Yep.
Anything that Mark Webb directed?
I know he did some things on Ahsoka recently.
Oh, okay.
He did
He did a Limitless TV series.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you like that or not.
500
But it was a
Days of
thing.
Summer, which is a messed up movie. It's
Is
like
it?
a romantic comedy, but it's kind of a little messed up.
Yeah, that's about all I know. Writing credits, we have James Vanderbilt, Alvin Sargent,
Yeah.
Steve Kloves. For the story, we have James Vanderbilt, and of course credits for the comic, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, the OGs. Stars Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man / Peter Parker, Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, Rhys Ifans as the Lizard,
I like him
Dr.
as
Kirk
an
Connors,
actor. He's a good actor.
Dennis Leary, Captain Stacy,
I liked him
Martin
as
Sheen.
Cousin.
Yeah, he was good. He was good. Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. Sally Field as Aunt May. Irfan Khan as Raji Ratha. Campbell Scott as Richard Parker. Embeth Davids as Mary Parker. Chris Zilka as Flash Thompson. Max Charles as Peter Parker, age 4. Who else do we really have? Carrie Coleman as Helen Stacy.
How about the person that got it? The car thief. There you go, Keith Campbell.
Keith Campbell is car thief. You right? You right? No, he's kind of a major character.
Yeah, he got shot in the balls with webbing.
That's about it. Yeah, that's about it. Mostly the Jay Caputo, Subway guy. There you go. And so this one, the synopsis they have is Peter Parker is bitten by a genetically altered spider. He gains newfound spider-like powers and ventures out to save the city from the machinations of a mysterious reptilian foe. I was asking you about the origins of this one. You said this one is something else?
Yeah.
Not Ultimate Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, so this is not so if you go and watch Spectacular Spider-Man, which came out probably around the same time this movie came out. The storyline of how like they had the animals and things like that and how they're gonna evolve and things like that was off of Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. So it reminded me more of that than it reminded me of the Ultimate Spider-Man comic.
Okay. And the death of Uncle Ben in this one is drastically different.
Yeah.
But it has the same feeling to it. Now, is that one also from Spectacular, or is it?
Yeah. But
it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they still did the whole wrestling thing though. That he did the wrestling match.
Oh, they did do the wrestling.
Yeah.
I got you. So this one, they reinvent the wheel a little bit. I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I actually liked it. It was kind of dumb luck. The inspiration for the mask when he fell through the roof of the little wrestling arena and saw the mask. And you hear the guy screaming, "I saw your face! I know who you are! I saw your face!"
I'll sue you.
Oh.
Taking my mask.
And then he creates the Spider-Man costume. So this one, when I saw it, I remember thinking, I'm not too interested. Because remember, back then, what was the last one that came out? Spider-Man 3, right?
Yeah, Sam Raimi.
That was the last one. I wasn't too enthused because, again, it was Sony.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever. At the time. But when I saw it, I actually did like it. I told you, it has one of my favorite Spider-Man scenes when he catches the criminal in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he's just dogging him. And then he's just... But he does it as such... It's such a Spider-Man scene. The humor, the way he's antagonizing the guy as he's messing with him, and even the part with the cops at the end. He's like, so I did 80% of your job, and this is how you treat me. And I was just like, I don't remember that line, but when I heard it, it just made me die laughing.
Yeah.
Like this, he was a very good Spider-Man. I'll give him credit. Like Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man. I think the CG in this movie it holds up. I think Lizard looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, his design might throw you off because that human looking face.
It made sense though.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. How did you think of the Lizard as like the primary antagonist?
It was about time. I think we got teased Kurt Connors and Raimi's like all 3 movies, so I was happy to see Lizard being a main villain. I like the guy who played him too. Like I like him as an actor. So usually he plays like weird characters. He was like Little Nicky's brother in that movie. He was the kicker in Replacements. You ever seen Replacements?
Oh yeah,
I like he was the kicker.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, he was the kicker.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah, that's him,
dude.
So yeah, I like him as an actor. So I thought he was a great Kurt Connors. I liked how they tied his mother and his father into the project and stuff.
Yeah,
which also that kind of goes into Ultimate Spider-Man in a way because they kind of did the same thing with Eddie Brock and Parker and them being partners and they're making a cure for cancer, which would end up being the Venom suit in the Ultimate Spider-Man. But this one was kind of a different. They kind of did it with the Lizard and making limbs grow back and stuff like that, and making projects of that. And so they worked together before. So basically, there's history with their parents. I wish going into Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, knowing what happens in Amazing Spider-Man 2, they go back into the whole parent thing, because they did not, and they actually left something to go to, and they never did. I also didn't like the fact that there was no face of Osborn. There was Osborn everywhere, but there was no face of Osborn, and that kind of annoyed me too. And even in Amazing Spider-Man 2, there's no face of the father. It's just the son.
That's kind of the only thing, is that in retrospect, there wasn't an Osborn present physically, and I think that at least they should have had Harry in the classroom.
Yeah.
They should have had Harry exist just because of their relationship.
Yeah. He comes in the second one, but it should have been cleared in the first one.
Yeah. Like, you didn't have to show the father. Like, you can allude to him and all that stuff. Yeah. But I think they should have had Harry show up. Yeah, but that was like the main thing in the background of the movie. That was the project that it went back 15 years, and I guess like back to when he was a little boy.
Yeah,
like that's who they were working for.
Yeah.
Oscorp. So you have that tie, yes, with the father and the Lizard and Norman Osborn. They didn't concretely wrap up whether or not the parents were dead, right?
No.
Did they just have them wasn't it like a car accident? Like something happened?
Yeah, they never said they were fully dead or anything like that.
Yes,
they just said
so
they went missing, and they were in an air plane crash. It never said
plane crash. It was yeah.
fully died. He thinks they're dead, but they never said anything about that.
So you get that bit of mystery, and then that does factor into how Peter feels in the movie. So they don't just throw it in just to throw it in. It does have something to do with the mental state and the storyline of the character. So it's not like a throwaway thing. And I thought that was okay. I mean, not for nothing. Like I thought the story held up. I thought the action was good. If there was one thing that really bothered me, it was the fact that everybody kept seeing his face.
Yeah, that was a big thing for me too. It's like everyone knows your identity. Like everyone saw your face. Now, granted, I'm not mad that he showed Gwen, right? But it was kind of convenient that Captain Stacy saw who he was, and he had to die. Yep.
That I felt was kind of convenient. You know what I mean? And the Lizard does not die in the movie and knows who he is, so it's like.
Yeah. And then also you see it in No Way Home.
Oh really?
He's in the movie.
That same guy?
Well, not him as human. He's the Lizard.
Oh, okay.
But he knows that Parker, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is not his Spider-Man. It's like you look different. You're not my Spider-Man. You're not my person.
I got you. Yes.
So
I'm trying to think. No, that's about it. That's about the only real issues I have. I'm trying to think of things that made me go I don't like this movie that much. No. I thought it was fine.
I liked the story that it was trying to tell. I liked the kind of the emphasis of the animals being with powers and things like that. They kind of started it early, so you kind of know that they were planning to do something with other characters. So they kind of it kind of had leeways to go to other stuff. I just wish they embraced it a bit more. Yeah, there's no. I mean, you don't want them to ham-fist it, but. Because you could say, okay, now we know that they can have a scorpion in this universe. Yeah. We now know that they can have a rhino in this universe. We now know they can have was Vulture.
Tarantula a special character, or
Vulture,
was he just a man in a suit?
Well, it'll be Vulture. It'll be Scorpion.
Vulture?
It'll be.
Whoa! Wait a second. Vulture, is Vulture really a bird man, Or is he just a man in a suit?
He's a man in a suit, but who
He's not
knows? Because
looking
the way they were going with it, with the beginning storyline, is that they were putting DNA into things. So
True enough. Because Rhino, you could say he was a man in a suit. Scorpion, the original, was a man in a suit. But at this time period, Scorpion was like a mutant, mutation thing. Yeah. So,
but that is what it is. I enjoyed the movie though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Going back to it, I enjoyed it a lot.
And
you know what? For its credit, being a 2-hour movie, I didn't get like burnt out, tired. I didn't start like looking at my phone or anything. I just watched the movie.
Yep. So what are you giving it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. I liked it.
I gave it a 4 as well, and I put it right on top of Spider-Man 1. I liked it a little bit more than Spider-Man 1.
Okay, so
your 4s consist of Iron Man, Red, From Hell, Hellboy, Road to Petition, V for Vendetta, Losers, Incredible Hulk, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Ghost Rider.
What's at the top?
Ghost Rider.
Iron Man? Ghost Rider's at the top?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Iron Man's at the bottom? I don't want to put it above Iron Man. Then I guess you have to put it below Iron Man.
Well, what did I say, Iron Man?
You said Iron Man.
No, Incredible Hulk.
Incredible
Iron
Hulk
Man
is
2, my fault. Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And then what's above Iron Man 2?
Red.
Yeah, put it above Red.
Cool. Alright, so it's under, on top of Red. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man. And 4. Okay. Our next movie on this list is Dark Knight Risings.
I have not seen this. I should have, but I have not.
All right, Dark Knight Rising, and then we finished 2012 with Dread.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we got some good stuff coming.
Yes, sir.
So, as we just reconnected, what was the last thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, I finished Starfield. Starfield was interesting. Very Mass Effect like ending. Had a lot of Mass Effect style to like the story, but it also had some. It was a good game. There were some really silly things that made me laugh that I really enjoyed that they added to the game. That was actually part of the game, not a glitch or anything. But there was some really good character stuff that like that. There was like a dude that I shot, and he just like slowly died, and I was like,
"Oh yeah,
can't fucking laugh."
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
There's a grand lady that just flying through space asking if you want cookies, and like, yeah, let's go. And she's just a sweet lady that offers you cookies.
Do you get the cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
And you could see her spaceship if you want to kill her, but I thought that was mean.
No, but are they a good item, or are they just kind of generic?
No, they actually raised your health pretty fast, so the cookies actually worked pretty good.
Nice.
So yeah, I did finish that. So there we go.
Okay, good stuff. Oh wait, but can you give like a short impressions of Mortal Kombat?
So Mortal Kombat 1, I'm actually doing the story mode now. I was playing the intersection or whatever it's called now. It's kind of like the crypt, but it's like in Johnny Cage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Johnny Cage's house. It kind of reminds me of Soul Calibur's Soul Edge thing. That you had to go and get different challenges and get a Wyndham and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what it reminds me of. It's kind of cool. I think there are actually arcades in the game that you could play. I'm hoping that you could play. They're in a room that I can't get to yet, but if I go into them, if I could play them, that'd be great because Rampage is in there. Primal Rage is in there, and a couple other ones.
That would be something if Primal Rage was playable. That game hasn't been on anything in good God knows how many years.
So that actually be kind of cool. Like, and Rampage is in it, Rampage World Tour and shit. So I was like, ooh, I hope I could play that. The fight system is pretty interesting. They took away some things, they added some things. The bonus character I'm getting used to having it, but I kind of miss the background action stuff because they also help you get out of like little situations here and there. It also made it feel like the world was alive, and that's the reason why I liked the background stuff.
I got you.
The characters play differently. The characters have different characteristics because they are supposed to be different versions of different timelines, so different versions of the character. Like all the ninjas are related now. Like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are brothers and not rival like martial art schools and shit like that. They're all Lee Kuei. And just Sub-Zero's higher ranking. He's the older brother, so he's like the next in line kind of thing. He killed his father kind of shit. Scorpion is the kind of the voice of reason of the ninjas. Smoke is their stepbrother, so Sub-Zero treats him like shit. But Scorpion is the one that likes everybody and tries to keep everything cool. Luke Kane seems like he's trying his best to keep the peace and be very good to be peace, but I think he's trying so hard that he's gonna land up being a villain eventually.
Maybe.
Kind of how Raiden did, because Raiden was like the villain last game.
Yes, but that was more because of that cursed object, I believe, right?
Yeah, but it was also like he started getting desperate to having the Earth win, and that's why.
Yeah, that's true.
So he got desperate and trying to take power and whatnot.
Yeah,
but it's a good game, good fight system. I haven't played online yet. I plan to play it, but I'm hearing the netcode is actually quite solid. So that's something good to hear, especially when it comes to fighting games. Mortal Kombat has been good with that shit, so hopefully it stays good with that. I will like my only disappointments is the creation, the customizations. Like you don't get separate versions of it. So like if I want to change Johnny Cage into the Van Damme, that's the main one that I change. I have to go back and change it if I want to change it back to the original one. They don't have like an extra slot that I could change it and keep.
There's only one custom spot per character.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they fix that with DLC with like updates and shit, because that's something that's gonna be minor to be fixed. But that's something that I'm a little disappointed with, because I want the Van Damme one, but I want also the regular costumes as well.
Gotcha, I understand.
So that's something that kind of annoyed me that I saw. I feel like I like the crypt, so hopefully this thing plays like it more, and I enjoy it, because I used to just wander around the crypt for hours and shit. The story mode so far is good. The story is pretty interesting. They always been very good with stories too. So Mortal Kombat always brings a good story line. I liked the last one. I even liked the 9. I even liked the 8. So they consistently keep it up with the story. I'm looking forward to the new characters they add. I want to see how Peacemaker actually plays, so I'm interested in seeing where that goes. They changed Ermac a little bit, because I think he's the father of Katana Molina now.
So okay, so what? That means he's the king?
So he was the king, and they fucking killed him, and they took his soul, and they made him a soul catcher, and now he's Ermac, and yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
so he's the father of Katana Molina. Molina has the disease that's gonna make her the Baraka kind of thing. Baraka was actually helpful. He tried to help you.
Yeah. I see.
And he plays pretty solid. So it's interesting to see how, like, who's bad, who's good now, and stuff like that. Shao Kahn is always gonna be bad. He's just there being a dick. Sub-Zero's an asshole. He's just straight asshole.
Yeah, he's gonna be bad. He's gonna be a bad guy. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
he's gonna be a bad guy.
And you kind of have like the homage to Scorpion's, like with Sub-Zero's eye scar.
Oh, the brother.
It's on Scorpion.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
So because it wasn't his younger brother that was the one with the scar, right? Because the older brother became New Sabat.
Yes.
And then the younger brother was the one with the scar, and that took over the Sub-Zero mantle.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah. So it's Scorpion now that has the scar.
So I think it'll be interesting to see post the first character pack who they choose to put in. Since this one is heavy with guest characters, I'm assuming the next one's gonna be returning characters, or maybe somebody new, because I think that was one of the only complaint I saw about this game is that there's no new characters really.
Yeah, everyone's like old is a character from the
here,
past.
even if they look different, they have some some version of them in the older games, like that devil girl.
Yeah.
Like you never seen.
That's
I've never
Megan
seen her
Fox.
before. But no, she's the vampire.
Oh yeah, the vampire chick.
The devil girl is somebody else,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like people were like, "Oh, she's new," and you find out she's actually a character from like the 3D era.
Yeah.
And the other thing that was discussed about this game is that, so you remember the concept of MK9 was the rebirth of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
This is the rebirth of the 3D era.
Okay.
That's why so many of those characters are present. And they
Okay.
came back.
That
So
makes
like
sense.
the guy with the blood and the one that takes his body parts off and
Yeah.
stuff. 3D. He's from the 3D era.
Yeah, I thought that was meat.
yeah. I hope they put meat in the game.
Yeah.
I really do. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Cause he's so stupid.
Yeah.
But then like there's just like the Bat Lady. She's a 3D era character. You know what I mean? Like the lady with the hat, or without the hat, with the eyebrows and stuff, and she's
Yeah.
got like the sword. She's another 3D era character. Like there's so many of them that came back.
The chick with the sword, I thought that was the spider chick in the newer one.
No, she's
No?
from. She used to wear all white in the 3D era,
Okay, cool.
and she used to have a big hat on. And people thought like, oh, she's Lady Raiden. And it's like, no, she's a different god. She's a
Yeah.
goddess. So they just changed how she
Because I
how she
know
acts and what she does.
the one that's causing this trouble and shit is the boss of the last game that came out.
Yeah, the Chronica.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's her, and then this dude is still there too. The
Oh,
big dog-
Garrus.
Yeah,
the
Garrus.
black dude. Yes. But he's not bad. He's not.
Nah, he's helping Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good game. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it's a pretty game. Like in general, it's just a pretty game. Shang Tsung, I actually like that fact that they're going more of a Loki approach to him, and he's kind of like whatever kind of. He has a character like he's a scum. He's not. He's kind of like Loki. Loki's a little scumbag. He's kind of like
Yes. Gotcha.
that. I had to play a Sindel. She was actually pretty good.
Yeah, she. Not for nothing, like because of most of what I watch, so I don't spoil the story stuff. I watch the competitive play of
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. She might be like the best character in the game.
Cool.
It's like one of the best characters in the game because she has like some Marvel vs. Capcom stuff
Yeah.
that she could do. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, she has a lot of pop-up air combos.
She can fly and unfly, and that's like
Yeah.
a big deal. So, like, there's a few characters that I see that the Devil Girl is like the most popular. What you call it? The cameo.
Yeah.
She's like the most popular because she's cheap
Yeah.
and easy to use. I see Baraka's a good. It's a surprise to see Baraka's a good character.
Yeah, he's fun.
Um,
Kun Lao, I actually like the way he plays now. They switch him up a little bit.
Yeah, he plays a little different. He has a little bit of flair to his moves.
Yeah,
now.
he has like more of like a breakdancing kind of style.
Like
to
he
him.
looks like he's having fun now.
Yeah.
And then I see they did the opposite with Raiden. Raiden is more strict. He went
Yeah.
back
He's
to being
boring.
like MK1 type of straight up karate man with lightning.
Yeah.
But
Kenshi
he
was
looks like
pretty
he's
good.
very good.
Yeah.
Kenshi's the other one. Kenshi
Yeah.
is cheap. Kenshi is cheap.
Yeah.
He has 2 cameos. He has his own Spirit Man.
Yep.
He's cheap.
Li Mei is okay. Reptile's pretty
Mhm.
solid.
Another thing
Asura.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, she was in. Yeah, they said this was 2007. I thought she was the spider chick because her face looks like the spider chick from the last
because
game.
they changed her up. Yeah, the spider, she might come back.
Yeah.
The bug lady
Mhm.
from X.
Because if you look at her
She might
face
come back.
with the thing, that's where I thought that she was from.
I could 100% see that. Yep.
Yeah. Another
So-
fan favorite, Harvick, returns in his beloved body mutilating form. I haven't tried him.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Well, you have to beat the story to get him.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know.
I'm almost done with it. I'm like maybe close to 70% of the story. Because I already got the trophy for 50%. So that's all right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ermac might be number 1.
What you mean the one that you
First
use?
DLC to come out.
Oh, you mean the first? Oh, they're doing them like that. Okay.
He might be the first to come out because he's also part of the story, so I could see that being the first to start. I think it'll probably be one MK character, then cameo,
And then
MK
cast,
carrier,
yeah.
cameo.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I want Peacemaker first, just because that's the one I actually want to try.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I'm not-
Omni-Man and Homelander, I think they're gonna play similar, but not the same.
I don't.
No,
I think they're gonna go for different styles of Superman specifically.
I will say that.
I think because doesn't Homelander have the eye beams?
Yes.
And like
Omni-Man
I
don't.
mean, I'm sure Omni-Man, if they wanted to write it in, they could. But I'm saying like his character is known for the eye beams.
Yeah.
Homelander.
I could see Homelander playing more like Superman. I could see Omni-Man playing more like what's
I feel
his
like
face?
He's gonna be a brawler.
Like
I feel he's gonna
Black Adam.
beat the- I don't think so. I feel like Omni-Man is gonna be like a punch the crap out of you character. Because
Yeah.
I mean that's what he did in the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's what I feel. He's gonna be like a straight up beat your ass character.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna try to finish up the storyline today, and then probably could do overtime and shit. So see
I
where it
got
goes
you.
from there. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. The gameplay is pretty interesting. The combo system is a little different. It takes getting used to because they put the block button back.
Yeah.
Because the 11 it was back. Like you could just press back to block, and so they put the block button. So I'm getting used to that.
Yeah, it is a thing to get used to. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But other than that, it's fun to play. So far, Scorpion's been my Scorpion's always my dude, so that's always my go-to when I first play Mortal Kombat. But Johnny Cage, I enjoyed playing as him, especially with his Van Damme suit. It looks pretty fucking dope. It looks a lot. They nailed it pretty fucking good.
It freaks me out because the facial capture is still Johnny Cage. It's still the Johnny Cage face. So sometimes it looks like a hybrid
yeah.
of both faces, and it freaks me out.
Yeah, it's cool, but hopefully there's more surprises. Hopefully, I'll give more of a review when I play it more. But right now, I'll give it a solid 8.7.
Not quite a 9.
Not quite a 9 yet, but maybe with DLC, maybe with like updates and shit, it'll be at that 9. Cause 11 started pretty similar, but I think it became stronger. So I think MK11 I'll give it 8.5 when I first played it, and I give it 9, like a 9.5 like after all the DLC and stuff, because they really helped balance that game out. They like fix that game up and shit. So and
Gotcha.
you have a company that really is dedicated to the fans and making their games good and to work on those games. So it's a good sign.
Yes.
So 2 big hitters. It's gonna be an interesting, like, game of the year for fighting game right now. It's gonna be very interesting.
I mean, well, you only have 2, right?
Yeah, you have
2
2
big ones. Because remember, Tekken we found out that's next year, so we don't have to worry about
yeah,
Tekken.
Tekken you're not gonna get, but didn't Strive come out this year?
No, Stripe just had another character.
Yeah,
and a big patch and stuff. So
yeah, it's the battle.
Technically, you can say that, but
Yeah.
no.
But yeah, so it's gonna be the battle of Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter again.
There you go. The classic, basically.
Yeah.
When are they gonna do it, Mark? Is it gonna ever happen? MK versus Street Fighter?
You know what's
Ed
funny?
Boon says he wants to.
Yeah, if it's up to Ed Boon, he will 100% do it. He just don't care. He enjoys what he does. Shout outs to him on Hot Ones. He did half the wings though.
Okay.
But they were talking
Smart
about
man.
the game and stuff. But the 6 ones they gave him were the hotter ones. So
Oh, so you mean they didn't give him the full lineup, but they gave him the hotter one.
oh yeah, so he went from
Okay.
like 1 to 4, and then 4 to like 7, and then the rest is 8, 9, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, damn.
So
Wow.
yeah, they he was a fire breathing dragon after that. He was really Scorpion after that.
Okay.
But it was good. It was good.
All right, good stuff.
Go wrap
Yes,
this
sir.
up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you check us out anywhere and everywhere. RedCycloneInc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. That is YouTube. That is Spotify. And we got a WordPress, right?
Yep.
Did I say SoundCloud? Yeah.
Yes, you just SoundCloud.
Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, or Merc the Mic. Also follow my TikTok on Merc the Mic. I do a lot of figure photography and a bunch of other stuff, Starfield videos and whatever. Shout outs to Popcorny Cast. That's Tenacious T and Jeremy Sriracha. They do a pop culture podcast with Straw Hat Ty as well. Check them out. They're on Spotify. Popcorny. Tell them I sent you, or flip Tommy off. One of the two. I don't care. He knows it's from me. He will know it's from me. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Get set for the vibe unfolding. See life like an action sequence. Put it down, let the beat start rolling. Upload to the mainframe. I'm on the satellite holding in. I see my people stepping it up now. Download that, we go with it. We got them moves, got them vibes. We got the strategy, do it all night, do it all day, no wasting time. We got the crew getting ready for the ride. We got them moves, got them vibes. We got the strategy, do it all